Well, I just finished making the quiz, and I hope you feel like it was a very easy quiz because it's pretty easy. But it's section 3-1. So here we go, section 3-2. All right, this week we should have textbook organizers for 3-2 and 3-3. Okay, so let's look. We got all our different the corresponding angle postulate. So important. Did I talk about that one in I don't know if I said that already. CAP. Okay, so we got corresponding angles. So we also have the corresponding angle postulate. CAP. Let's write that. CAP. All right. And so that says that the corresponding angles are congruent if the lines are parallel. Very important. Oh man, accidentally. Okay. The CAP. There we go. Now there are others. Okay. Here we go. So in the figure, suppose that the measure of angle 8 is 105. Find the measure of each angle. Oh, okay. Measure of angle 8 is 105. 105. Well, you guys did this in yeah, so then we can repeat up there. Okay, so angle 1, let me just do angle 1. Angle 1 would be 105 because they're congruent. Okay, I'll do angle 2. Angle 2, they are supplementary, it would be 75. All right. But okay, we also have the AIA theorem, the alternate interior angle theorem. So the alternate interior angles are congruent. I call this the SS consecutive interior SSI theorem. This consecutive in are supplementary in the AEA theorem. AEA theorem. I don't know why they don't have it, but the SSEs are also supplementary. Same side exterior. Alternate interior. Okay. So we can use this in real life here. Community planning. Refer to the diagram above for each angle measure. Tell whether the postulate. So in order to determine which postulate or theorem is used, we just need to know what the angle pair is. So angle 1 and angle 4. 1 and 4. Well, that's a problem because they're not any of the angle pairs. So, okay, but we can determine that angle 1 is going to be 80, right? Well, angle 4 is going to be 80. So how did I do that? Well, I said that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And that is by the AIA theorem, because angle 1 and angle 2 are AIAs. So they're congruent. But then I also know that angle 2 and angle 4 are linear pairs. So they're supplementary, subtract from 180. Okay, hopefully that makes sense there. You can post in the organizer. Oh, finally, the value of the variables. I love these questions. Okay, so we are going to, if the angles are congruent, then the equations get set equal. The expressions get set equal to each other. If the angles are supplementary, then we add them to 180. All right. So let's try angle 2 and angle 7. Of course, the AEAs. Well, I know that the angle alternate exterior angles are congruent, so we're going to just set them equal. And then solve that. Oh, it's 20. That was easy. I just Just, and then, okay. All right, but 5 and 3, aha. So for 5 and 3, those are SSIs, which are supplementary. So then we would say 68 plus 3y minus 2 equals 180. And we would solve that, which would be 66 minus 3y equals 180. And then solve that from there. Okay. Hey, I am going to go ahead and just keep going with my, this is going to give you the green sections for 3-2 and 3-3. But don't forget the perpendicular transversal theorem. Wow. So if this transversal is perpendicular to one of the parallel lines, it's also perpendicular to the other parallel line. Okay, and if you're not, then you need to start making a theorem sheet and postulate sheet. Said that before, but you gotta know all the definitions, postulates, and theorems, or you're just gonna give yourself a hard time. Slopes of lines. Didn't we do that? Okay, so I know I said 3-3 at the beginning. We're not gonna do 3-3. We are gonna skip 3-3. So if you see your friend doing 3-3, then you know that they didn't watch this video. Equations of lines now. We did that. I'm not going to do 3-4. Let's see. Let's see if there's another one. So 3-2 and 3-5. That is what this video is going to cover. Okay. Very, very important. Proving lines are parallel. Okay, so we have the C8, the cap converse. So the theorem, the CAP postulate, says that if the lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. But guess what? Converse it up. If the corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. It works too. That's called the cap converse. And there's also an alternate interior angle. They all have a converse, as you can see right here. So make sure that you, wow, even that one has a converse. And so whenever we want to show that two lines are parallel, we can just say, well, what's the relationship between their corresponding angles? Are they congruent? Lines are parallel, move on. Okay, so let's, given the following information, determine which lines, if any, are parallel. State the postulate or theorem that justifies your answer. Okay, so for example, if angle 2 is congruent to angle 8, we have to state the two lines that are parallel because angle 2 is congruent to angle 8. So let's look and see just where are they. There's angle 2, there's angle 8. Well, I know, and I hope you know, that those two angles are AIAs, and they are alternate interior angles between, or A and B. You see that? So that means that A is parallel to B if angles 2 and angles 8 are congruent by the AIA converse. Okay. Shall we do one more? 12 and 14. 12 and 14 are AEAs. AEAs, also for A and B, so A is parallel to B. Okay, so if I had, just see what angle pair relationship they have between what two parallel lines. Okay, if they are parallel, if the congruent or the supplementary, like 1E. You see how these two angles are said to be supplementary? Well, between what two lines? 8 and 13. 8 and 13. Classic L is parallel to M because of those two, because 8 and 13 are right here between L and M. Okay, so hopefully that helps, but if not, just post in the organizer. Ooh, standardized test example, very good. Okay, so find Y so that E is parallel to F. So 90, that makes this 90, and it has to be 90 because these are corresponding angles, and then 90, and they all have to be 90. And so that would be, the equation would be 4y plus 10 has to equal 90. So 4y equals 80. So y equal 20. I think so. It's not too bad. I hope you think like, hey, well, this is not too bad. And so the one thing is, though, we're going to write some proof. So I don't feel like example 3 I wrote. Where is example 3? Oh, skip the one I'm recording. Skip the one about writing proofs here. Okay. So let's do this check for understanding problem right here. So we want to prove that L is parallel to M here. And we have the information that 1 is congruent to 2. So 1 is congruent to 2 is given. But also we could say 2 is congruent to 3. Do you know why? Because they're vertical angles. So that is the vertical angle theorem. 1 is congruent to 3 because of the transitive property. Do you remember the transitive property? 1 is congruent to 2, 2 is congruent to 3, so 1 is congruent to 3. And if 1 is congruent to 3, then we can say that L is parallel to M, because what kind of angles are 1 and 3? Hopefully you just said out loud corresponding angles. So by the CAP, corresponding angle postulate, converse, those lines would be congruent. All right, so the IXL assignments for this week are all about proving, so that's great, because as you can see, not a whole lot of proofs here. So hey, let's just do one more proof here. Let's do this one right here. 1 and 2 are supplementary. 1 and 2, oh, those are SSIs. Okay, so 1, 2 are supplementary. 2 and 3 form a linear pair. That is a definition of linear pair, 2 and 3. But now, see, so when you're proving things, you look at what is the key word or keyword in the statement, and then that tells you what the next reason is going to be. So the key word in B here is linear pair. And what is true about a linear pair? That they are supplementary. So now we're going to write the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. The linear pair theorem. And then angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Oh, okay. So we got to go back. There should be something called the congruent supplement theorem. Should be a theorem that says if angle 1 is supplementary angle 2, and angle 3 is supplementary to angle 2, then angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. You should, if it's not there, then I'm telling you no, but it is somewhere because it's in the textbook in this section. So if you think about it in a nice picture example, we have 100, and then 100. So this is angle 1, this is angle 3, angle 2 is 80, angle 2. Not the best picture, but hopefully you get the point that two angles that are supplementary to the same angle must be congruent. The 200s are both congruent. And so anyway, the point is that they are, the 1 and 2 are SSIs, but now we have 1 and 3. So actually, we've just said that 1 is congruent to 3. So now we are saying that the lines are parallel because of what? What is the angle pair relationship between angles 1 and 3? They are corresponding angles. CAP converse. Again. All right. So a few extra bonus problems there. Hopefully this video is helpful in getting you started. And then throughout the week, you get more and more comfortable. And I will make another red problem video. Please post all your red problems. Bye, guys.